We're recording.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Ask Dad, a dad show, not just for stuff. He's staring at me, smirking. Welcome to Ask Dad, a dad show not just for dads, but everyone that wants fatherly advice from a real dad. Whether you're here for the bad dad joke or to gain, you better keep your fingers off my board. I see you. Whether you're here for the bad dad joke or to gain some insight, Will Snow is the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind of hurrying things up because he's messing with my board. He knows all things, or so he thinks he does. But anyway, he's Will Snow. So please welcome to today's episode of Ask Dad. Yeah. They're laughing too. They're laughing.
There you go.
All right. Hello, Will Snow.
Well, hello, Deb. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Oh, I am fabulous today.
Obvi.
It's been a great morning.
It has.
It has.
So, do you actually have a dad joke this time? Being the dad and all?
I do.
Because I have a good one.
Well,
No, you go first.
I go
You're
first.
the dad. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How do you make holy water?
How do you make holy water?
You boil the hell out of it. Oh, come on.
Okay. That was a great dad joke. I'm so proud of you. So proud. Would you like to hear mine?
I do.
Okay. What does an annoyed chicken say?
An annoyed chicken.
Yes.
I do not know.
Fuck off! You can thank Donna for that one.
Oh, Donna, thank you so much for your contribution to our award-winning podcast.
Our award-winning. I will mark this one as explicit, but that's okay. I know who I am.
And proud of it.
And proud of it. I
So
am.
be proud of who you are.
I am so proud. Is that going to be the topic of the day? Proud in who we are?
Proud of who you are. I was actually thinking we'd go with gratitude. Gratitude. This
like
has
it.
been such a nice day. It's been beautiful.
Beautiful morning.
Right,
Absolutely. So let's talk gratitude.
Right. So, here we are in this world of just craziness, and it's so easy to get on your phone, get immersed in the minutia of the day and all of the bad news of the day, and there's certainly enough of that, and find yourself kind of being drawn down into this dark hole of despair, because that's kind of the way media wants it, I guess, because they certainly throw enough out there. But anyway, the point of the matter is that a better way to start your day, and one that Dad is telling all his kids out here to who are listening today, try to start the day out with a bit more of a grateful mindset, right?
Okay.
I don't care what your circumstances are. Actually, I do care about what your circumstances are, but what I mean is, regardless of what your circumstances are, if you have, the basics, right? You have food, shelter, clothing,
Yep.
opportunity, that's a good place to start. How about if you don't have any of those things?
Yeah.
So you don't have any of those things. You're breathing and upright and walking.
Yes.
That's pretty good too. Okay, so let's just say you're not upright and walking. There's got to be something in every day that you can look to in your life, whether it's the people in your life, a beautiful sight, a beautiful thought, a beautiful memory, something to remind yourself that we are happy to be here today.
Yeah.
We are happy to be here today, and whatever comes of the day, we can make something wonderful happen.
I like that. Absolutely. I've been thinking a lot about that lately, about gratitude, where if I get to that point that I start worrying about things in the future, that are coming to pass, that are things that I'm not necessarily looking forward to, I can at least say, but you know what? At least I had this moment today. I had this moment yesterday, and I'm very happy and grateful that I was able to have the time that I had with A, B, or C.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting where that all kind of came from. I mean, for me personally, so you're going to get a good dad story here. So, about a decade ago, a little bit more than that, I was dealing with the passing of my wife. And after a very, very long and challenging battle that she had with cancer, and it was enormously difficult to go through that with my kids, and being there, trying to keep everything together as much as I could, and but after she passed away, I really have to say, for about the next, I would say, 6 months or so, getting up every day was just a battle. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that my kids had their things that they needed to get done, I probably would have stayed in bed all day. I mean, honestly, it was just not, I felt like I'd been battling for, 10 years every single day. And then, but I lost.
Yeah.
And I could really see no hope. And every day was very down. It was very dark.
Oh.
And, I like to get up in the morning and, do my meditation and do my stretching and all of that kind of thing. Highly recommended. And as I was doing my morning meditation, I was really just very angry. I was very, very upset. I said, I'm talking to God, and I'm basically saying, hey, what's this all about? This is my reward for, all of my dedicated service here as a father, as a husband, trying to take care of this human being, doing everything. And so my reward for this is that I get to wake up every day and feel like crap, And so, and I was very, very down. And then it was really in that moment that I felt the presence of something other than myself in that room with me, next to me, kind of permeating me, if you will. And basically this other voice essentially said, well, now you got the wrong of me, and I want to explain something. And truly, this is what I was hearing in my fevered thoughts at the time. And they went on to say, I am the infinite provider. That's what I do. Every single day, I provide for you because I love you so much. And there was no falsehood in that. There was just a sense of relief and warmth, and said, I love you so much. I can do nothing but provide all to you, all things, good things, bad things, everything else. I just am the infinite provider. That's what I do. You have the choice as to what you want to attend to today. Do you want to focus on this? Do you want to focus on something else? That's your choice, and I bless your choice because I love you. But do know that it is your choice, always, in every moment, in every day, and I love you. And that was it. But it was a little bit of a humbling moment for me, because I actually had to step back a bit, and it kind of hit me like a 2x4. I said, well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I started considering it, and then what I went to kind of change my approach. And so then when I was doing my morning meditations from there forward, and I was doing my stretching, I made it a point to put my focus on something wonderful, something beautiful, something amazing about where I am in this world and what I am in my life. And sometimes it can be the people that I love. It can be you, Debo. I think about you a great deal, actually.
I think about you as well, Will Snow.
And, I think about the opportunities that I've had and the great experiences that I've had. and the joy that I know I will have in my future. And that's a better way for me to enter into my daily work. And that's what I wanted to share. I mean, so gratitude. When you're down, when you're thinking that the world is all against you and that there is no hope, there is no future, there is nothing, think about this, because everybody, and the universal provider provides all things. What do you want to attend to today? So that's my rant.
I love you. I love you, and I love that story.
I love you too.
And my heart always goes out whenever we talk about your late wife, as beautiful as she was, in the life that you had together. But I'm a huge fan of Brene Brown, and I happened to be thinking a lot about joy and gratitude this week, and I was just reading some of my Brene Brown, and this quote that she said seems to fit the moment of what we're speaking about pretty well, I think. And she said, "We simply cannot know joy without embracing vulnerability, and the way to do that is to focus on the gratitude, not the fear." And we talk a lot about fear-based decisions.
Right.
So,
Right. Very nice.
yeah, I love Brene Brown.
Huh?
I really do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So, on that note, do we have any questions from our listeners?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can. We have quite a few actually, and then let's see. Oops. Sorry. Keep talking about gratitude because I lost
Gratitude,
something that I
no
wanted to say.
worries. No, so again, the concept being that the world you can focus on what you want to focus on, and that's great. But if you have to ask yourself, is this helping me or is this hurting me? Is this ruining the interactions and fouling the interactions that I'm having with others if I'm putting myself in a mindset that is desperate and angry. And there are those out there, and it's really sad that this is the MO that a lot of these people that are out there in the public eye are really hoping to make people feel desperate and angry, and to exert their will on them, and it's a control issue for sure.
It is.
But you don't have to be controlled. That's your choice. You don't have to go down that road. That's your choice.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to sit here and say this is good and this is bad, but what I'm looking at is it helpful or is it hurtful to you as a human being and your relationships with others? Is this hurtful? Is this helpful? If it's not helpful, maybe drop it.
And perfect segue into the letter that I was looking. I was looking at a bunch of our different letters from our listeners.
We're getting some good, good questions. I like that. Thank you very much, listeners. Thank you very much for your questions. Thank you very much for your dad jokes. Yeah. Thank you very much for your comments. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and very grateful for the listeners. If we're talking about gratitude,
yes, we are.
So today's letter is from Isabella from, and I had to look up how to pronounce this, Orozco, Brazil.
Brazil. Yay.
So first, let me just say to Isabella, bom dia, Isabella. Obrigado pela sua carta. My Duolingo. I've been practicing my Duolingo.
I'm so impressed because I have absolutely no idea what you said.
I said, good morning, Isabella. Thank you for your letter.
Oh, that actually sounded better
in Portuguese.
In Portuguese.
Okay.
I'm about it.
Thank you. So a little shout out. Thank you, Duolingo, for your assistance. Okay, moving on. So Isabella from Orozco, Brazil. I am a 20-year-old electrical engineering student studying robotics. Wicked cool. Who is looking for an internship to gain work experience before I graduate. Yay, go you. My issue, here we go, is that my advisor is a very old-fashioned man who thinks that women should stay. I'm sorry. The absurdity. I'm not laughing at you, Isabella. My issue is that my advisor is a very old-fashioned man who thinks that women should stay at home and raise babies. He's the baby. Moving on. He has helped every male student in the program find internships, clearly, of course, but not the 3 female students who are equally qualified. Not surprising if he thinks that women should be in the home raising babies. I know I keep digressing.
No, it's okay.
I want to report him to the department head, but I am afraid this would set me up for a disaster in my last year of school. Oh, it's the best school in the country for this program, and I feel helpless and furious. How should I handle this? Well, first, Isabella. It's really hard for me to not just like go off. But for me, that would just be venting. It would not be anything useful as far as assisting with your question. That is what Mr. Will Snow has.
Oh.
I'm very emotional about this topic, and I will just let
let's
you
talk
know.
about it.
I will just let you know, Isabella. I'm 50. How old am I? 52. I'm 52. I guess we start to forget. I do not have babies. I worked my whole life, and I waited 50 years to find the right man. So, Will Snow, being the right man, I waited, worked on my career, had a wonderful life with friends and family and activity and things that I enjoy, and my life is fulfilled. Do I have babies? No. Am I still happy? Very happy. I'm also the best auntie ever.
That is true. I have seen your Auntie Nesby, and it is awesome.
I'm an awesome auntie. But anyway, Will Snow, will you help out our lovely Isabella from Orozco, Brazil?
Yes, absolutely. Firstly, I'm so sorry you're dealing with this situation. Let me just say that as dad, I don't like to see my kids getting abused by discrimination, which is what this really is, sexism. Sexism in the workplace is a reality. Sexism in certain industries is absolutely a reality. Does that mean we have to accept it? By no means do we have to accept that. Absolutely not. And if your question is, I don't know what to do. If I talk to the department head, who's probably buddies with this dude, then what's going to happen is going to make my life, miserable. Okay, so let's just take that for a moment. What happens if you don't? What happens if you don't voice your concerns? And you go through your program and you get through your program and maybe you find the kind of job that you want, which I'm very confident that you will, because that's a tremendous major and absolutely the future of the world, for good or bad. Robotics is going to be an amazing opportunity, present just a number of amazing opportunities for you. So congratulations on your choice and congratulations on your career. You're obviously a brilliant human being. And of course, you don't want to jeopardize your future career path. But what happens when you don't make that, when you don't, raise your voice here? Is there a risk? Yes, but there's also a risk to others in the future, and also the other young women in your program.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't say something, then it's just going to go on and on, unchallenged, unchecked,
Forever.
So you actually have a bit of an obligation to future generations of women students in this program to make your voice clear. Now, that said, that's the proper way to handle things. Now, if you want to know how I would handle it.
Go on, Will
Okay,
Snow.
I would get together with the other 3 girls, and I would get this guy drunk.
Oh my God.
And no, really, seriously, listen.
I'm listening.
I would get him drunk and have him, take photos of him in compromising positions and then blackmail him.
Okay, Isabella, I would suggest not doing that. And to all our listeners, I would also suggest not doing that.
No, wait. Just hear me out.
I'm
Okay,
listening.
so putting people in compromising positions, that they're putting themselves in it, right? You're just offering them the opportunity, not saying that Okay,
No.
never mind.
Yeah. He sees the look on my face. I know he's joking because
Well, kind
that is, I know, I get it. But that is action based out of anger and fear.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's not the right way to go
Yeah.
about something.
Satisfying, but only in the moment.
Only in the moment. And then after that, yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff like that always comes back on you. So, our listeners, please ignore that last bit from Will Snow because I think he was having a moment.
I was having a moment.
Yeah.
I hate that. I cannot stand the concept of brilliant human beings being discriminated against based on their sex, their color, their religious beliefs, their
Everything and anything.
sexual activity. Who cares? The individual that can do the work and has the intelligence and the genius to do that work should be encouraged, not discouraged. And it drives me crazy. But I've seen it so much in my professional career. It is just
I remember
it doesn't seem to ever want to go away.
No, unfortunately. I remember when I went years ago, a couple decades maybe, when I went to buy a car by myself. And I research everything, little Capricorn brain of mine. But, when I want to buy a car, the first thing I do is start researching Consumer Report,
Absolutely.
safety ratings, all this. So I go to the dealership and I'm asking all these questions like, what's the miles per gallon? What's the engine? What's this? That blah, blah, long time ago. But I was asking all these very pointed, specific questions. And the salesperson is like, and it has a vanity mirror and there's leather seats. I'm like, who are you talking to? Because you're sure shit not talking to me, buddy. So, yeah.
Well, that reminds me of the time that my late wife Helen and I went out to the.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we went out to. We were looking for a car, and we were at the time we were in this looking at a Nissan, and we went out to this Nissan dealership, and so they didn't have the car in the color that we wanted or with the options that we wanted, but this guy apparently felt that he was a big closer and he was going to close on selling us this car this day, and so we so like, well, it's just a color, we didn't really need this feature, so we were actually getting to the point where we're like, well, maybe we'll compromise on it, and so then Ellen pulls out our Consumer Reports and the pricing guides. And he said, hey, now look, better put your paper away there. It's, that's not how we work here. And I'm like, that's not how we work here. Wait a second. This is like actual factual data. No, we're not going to negotiate with factual data. So anyway, she took exception to that.
Don't confuse me with your facts and science.
Your science, your facts. Yeah, no. Anyway, so she starts to say, well, this is actual data that we from Consumer Reports, and she's sourcing the data, and he says, hey, little lady. Me and your husband are going to talk some numbers. Why don't you walk over there and look at the pretty cars?
I'm clenching. I think my TMJ is going to have a reaction.
Well, no. So she was a CPA and with more financial knowledge than most human beings on the planet.
Right.
And so I just got up from the desk and I said, what you're going to get, I said, it was absolutely earned by you in this moment. And I walked away and looked at the pretty cars, and she
ripped him a new one.
Ripped him apart. It was brilliant.
I love that.
It was brilliant. Yeah. Oh my God.
Go ladies.
Yes. So,
Isabella, it's unfortunate that we have these stories. And it's unfortunate that the world can be so backwards and so prejudicial against, like you were saying, Will Snow, sexism and religion and, and and it's because it's all based out of fear on their side.
Yes. We want you to be afraid. We want you to be under our control. And that's the sad thing. And honestly, this professor, whatever his issue is, it's his issue. It's not yours. And I guarantee that if you use proper networking techniques within the industry, if you
Yeah, when I
You will find what you are looking for, and you will have the kind of career that you are looking for. And you can't let impediments like this discourage you.
I agree. And, when I was looking for my internship after grad school, I had no one to help me. I did it all on my own. I literally asked every single person I knew with the question, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? And eventually it's like out of Spaceballs, my brother's father's cousin's uncle's former nephew's roommate. So it was literally a friend of my mother's ex-husband's brother knew somebody, and she reached out to them, and I got this amazing internship at the Space Center, which then turned into a job. It was an amazing experience. But yeah, so as Will Snow was saying, absolutely network. And, he was saying, you and your other female students that are qualified get together, and maybe the three of you can come up with something together.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that does not involve
It does not involve any
blackmail.
type of blackmail or manipulation, because we do not work that way.
No,
do
we
we
don't.
Will
We
Snow?
don't. We don't anymore.
You are such a schmuck.
Okay.
All right. So, any last minute words on Isabella from Orozco and or gratitude before we close out with our dad jokes and my outro?
Your
Outro.
Your outro.
You're not. No, you're Sean. You can't do Sean Connery.
Outro,
That's him.
darling. Oh, yes, darling. yes,
You
dear.
don't sound anything like
I
Sean
do.
Connery.
I do. Oh, yes, I do.
No,
yes,
actually,
I
you
do.
don't. And
Oh,
I think you
yes.
sound constipated. And I love you, but no, you do not sound like Sean Connery. So, what are
Okay.
your last minute words of wisdom, Will Snow?
My last minute words of wisdom are to, again, don't be discouraged. Be grateful for the really tremendous opportunities that you're going to that you're going to encounter in your
Yes.
career. Be grateful for the brilliance that you have shown to have this amazing career in front of you, and the tremendous work ethic that it took to get you there. And have some confidence in your ability to get beyond this really petty hurdle. This is going to be, in retrospect, this is going to be a really tiny bump in the road. That's it.
I agree. So, again, Isabella, obrigado. That means thank you in Portuguese.
So,
Yes,
dad jokes.
Duolingo. Dad jokes. You go.
Okay, so what does a nosy pepper do?
I don't know. What does a nosy pepper do?
It gets all up in your business. Jalapeno business? Jalapeno business?
What?
It gets all up in your business.
If you have to explain it, it's not that good.
Well, I thought it was good.
Yeah. So great. All right. Would you like to hear my dad joke?
Absolutely.
All right. This one, what do you call an old snowman?
An old snowman.
Yeah. What do you call an old snowman?
What?
A glass of water.
Oh, okay.
No?
Oh, I
I
got
have
it.
more.
No, I got it.
Okay. Good. It's the only button you're allowed to press on this board.
No, I don't think you understood it.
I got it. I got it. For the love of everything holy. I freaking got
business. Jalapeno.
it. You told it wrong. You messed up this joke the same way you messed up the other one.
Oh, the cat
when we
that
were-
ate your new boots?
Yes, you messed up that joke. We were listening to Tig and Cheryl from their podcast, and they were talking about how her dad, I think it was, had messed up this joke, and we're driving to dinner, and Will Snow is flipping out. He's like, "Oh my God, my dad used to tell this joke, and he used to mess it up all the time." And he told this joke, which took like an hour and a half. It was the longest, most banal joke on the planet.
That's the
and
truth.
then he told the punchline, and I'm just looking at him with the sad trombone or the crickets or both. And then he paused. And then the light went up in his eyes, and he's like, "Oh my God, I told it wrong." After all that time. So I'm just like, I'm done with you. I'm so done with you, but I love you. All right. Listeners, thank you for tuning in to Ask Dad, the show of fatherly advice for all, with a smattering of bad dad jokes. The love is real and the man is real. So we will see you next time. So until then, please continue to send us your dad jokes and questions so we can talk about it all. We can talk about the good. We can talk about the bad. Why are you staring at me? And we can talk about the dad.